Hello everyone, welcome back to Mint Mastery. This time I'm going to be doing Robert Lee, so let's get right into it. Up here at the front of the boat, it's possible to climb up these cranes holding up the planks, but they're a little bit different on each one. For instance, on this one, if you just run straight up, you get stuck on this beam here, so you have to crouch to come under it, but on the other one, I believe it's not the case. Well, once you're up here on either one, you can crouch jump up onto the middle beam, and from here, it's a bit harder on this one, but it can be done. You can crouch jump around onto the top of this beam here. Oops, I fall off. Be careful about falling off these because the side is round and you do actually surf on them. And then you can get over to this support beam and come over into this floor of the boat. And for this other one, I'll show you the difference. It's a bit easier to climb up this one. And then just like that, you can get up onto this level of the boat from the ground. If you're trying to jump over these fences that are around the boat, then you need to be aware of some of the differences in the height of the ceiling on this floor. For instance, here, there's no little beam that comes down in the way, so you can just jump up here and walk around. But for this one here, you can see that there's a beam and you get stuck, so you have to crouch to come through this one. And also for the ones that have these broken pieces, the beam up top is actually not clipped, so you can get through these ones as well. However, for these railings down on this part of the boat, even though it does have that beam, it's higher up so you can just walk straight through these ones. Just around the back of this shed is a little bit of grass that you can stand on. It seems kind of obvious, but I don't see people going there very often, so I feel to point it out. And then similarly, on the other side of the docks, there's another piece of grass which is thinner, and you can actually stand on part of it until you come to an invisible wall here. And be careful when you walk backwards because you'll slip onto this surf ramp by default if you just walk the other way. At this end of the dock storehouse, this set of crates, not only can you stand up on the lip of this one and see over this way, but there's also a sight line through the middle of them, so you can use it to shoot at people that are taking the red chest. In this small stairwell room, you can jump onto the top of this door frame to camp up here, but if I recall correctly, you can't do the same on this side. No, you can't. And up at the far end, you can jump up onto this set of crates and come up into this small dark hidey spot. If you want to go from this part of the docks down to there, you can just run straight forwards and go right under without getting slowed down or anything. And you can also jump onto the trims on the sides of this building, so you can jump onto here, and here, and you can get to that one as well, but my jump wasn't very good. This metal trim that goes the whole way around the bottom of the boat can be stood on, so you can come around here and you can get up to the wheels, and you can come around and get into this layer and so on. There's more around this side as well, and around other parts of the boat. This jump is a little bit awkward to make, but you can come back around onto this metal trim and jump up onto the docks. The reason that this jump is tricky is because it's possible for you to hit your head on this part if you don't stray far enough out before you reach the top of the jump. So make sure you practice this one a little bit so that you're able to make it each time. Here in the engine room, there's a whole bunch of geometry that I never see people making use of. For instance, you can get up here and camp the gold chest quite easily because it's hard to spot people that are up there. You can come up onto these crates and full crouch jump up into this one, or come up on here and walk over this part of the engine and so on. There's a whole bunch of different things that you can do around here that I never see people making use of. In this small room here, it's possible to crouch jump right up onto this piece here, and then up onto the plank, and you can also do a full crouch jump and come into the back of this bit of engine. And I believe you can get up onto the top piece as well, but you have to be careful of these little beams on the top. But you can get up into this corner. Up here at the front of the roof, you can actually just jump onto these barrels to climb up to this part. With a good belt jump, you can get up on top of the cabin, so I'll have a couple cracks at that and then cut to when I make it. And there you go. And similarly, you can belt jump from the top of the cabin over to the beam that goes between the two towers. So have a couple cracks at that and then cut to when I make it. And there you go. So that way you can make it up on here. You can see how many blasts there are, so this isn't the easiest of belt jumps, but you can make it up here. And then from up here you can do belt jumps to get up onto this little rim that goes around the towers, and then you can get right up on top with another one. So I'll have a couple cracks at that and then show you when I make it. So there's the first one, and then getting up on top. And there you go. So you can make it right up on top, and you can see that on the inside there is no textures. You cannot shoot through them, so it's not the best of exploits. And I can't actually remember what happens when you fall in here because I haven't done it in a long time, but let's find out. You go right down to the bottom. So Well, yeah, well you can get down here, and I suppose you probably take enough fall damage to kill you if you did fall down here in an actual match. I'm not sure how much damage that is, but from all the belt jumping you'd probably die anyway. But maybe you can have a friend come up with you and use the whiskey jug or something like that, so there it is. And for a slightly easier and more sensible belt jump, you can get from here up on top of that little thing with the pulley. Well, I went over the top of it, but you get the idea. You can stand up on here. And for an actually useful belt jump, you can jump from this plank up to the top floor of the boat. So I'll have a go fix that. Nice and easy, first try. And I only realized just now, but it turns out that you can crouch jump up here as well if you go from the very top of that plank, which is the side, and land up on this corner. This is a pretty hard crouch jump. I never realized it was possible, but there it is. From this part of the boat where the floor is a little bit higher, it's possible to jump over to the roof of that little hut. So this is a pretty tough crouch jump, but I'll see if I can make it first go. There you go. And then from here you can also crouch jump up onto this one. And of course you can use the crate to get up here the easy way. Just like on the far side, you can belt jump at this little spot to get up onto the roof. There you go. So these wheels on the side of the boat are useful for a number of things. The main one that I use them for is going from this floor, I think it's the third one, up to the roof of the boat, and vice versa, the safe way. But you can also surf on one of the polygons of it, which I believe is that one. Yes, it is. One of these two, I can't remember. But you can use that to get down here quickly and safely without taking fall damage if you can get good at the surf, and it saves a little bit of speed as well. This room is haunted, and you have to find out why on your own if you don't know already. From this part of the bar room, it's possible to just jump over here and go straight over the railing in one jump, nice and easy. This one is kind of a catch-all for all around the boat, but it's easy to just go from one floor to another just by falling like this and then landing on the trim outside of the fencing. And so you can do this pretty much from any floor to any other floor. And this is a great way to escape without getting noticed. And even people that are aware that you're going down that way and trying to escape, they don't know which floor you've fallen to if there's more than one below you. So for instance, if you're up here, you can fall down to maybe the second floor and then run some, unexpected direction and escape from trouble really easily. So for the corrugated iron roof of the dock shed, there is a pixel walk on the front of it that I'll show you right now. Not really a pixel walk, more like a whole lot of pixels walk. And you can also come around the side of it to go down to, only this far apparently. That must be new. I thought it went all the way to the end, but anyway, you can go to around about there. And it should exist on the other side as well. Yes, it does. So you can walk over here as well. Oh, not the whole thing apparently. That's news to me. I don't really use it. Right here at the back of the boat, there's a bunch of these white boxes. I don't really know what they are, but white boxes, whatever. And you can just do one full crouch jump to come around here and get past them, or you can go directly over the top with another one. Well, I think that about wraps it up for Robert Lee, so let me know if I missed anything in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching guys, have a good one.